my own world of make-believe.
Alright, what's up guys? It's your boy John, and today we're going to take a look at more of this in-depth unit. It's called the Tesla style is what they call it. And I just want to go over, this specific one was made for, the Subaru obviously, because it fits pretty snug. It actually comes with another trim piece, but I'm not using it here because it's more designed for the Forester. Anyways, I need your help, and maybe this can help you. So let's learn together. Let's get it. Alright guys, let's talk about the design of the unit and what we can do to change it. This is again a prototype model. I mean, because it's a prototype model, we can talk to the manufacturer, well I can talk to, and they can check out your comments and they want to see what the people want, so you can be involved with how the unit looks, and of course the most thumbs up comments and stuff like that, and what people want from a unit. At least let's start with some few categories like design. We can implement them in the final version. So right off the bat, something that I would want preferably is a bigger screen. Now this screen's really big, but I think that these little bezels need to go, and if you can even extend up the screen a little bit more, because it's 2019, you want less bezels. Maybe right here they can push it out a little bit, and that's great. So a bigger screen. Now though this resolution is okay, this reminds me of the same resolution as the top screen right there. So hopefully they can make this into a higher resolution display. Another thing I like to note is if they could maybe do some people want, this is what just some people want, they want a volume knob like around here, and these little plugs right here, it's because there's actually, you can take them off, and then there's actually two screws that you can screw into your dash. Now because I don't have it screwed in, the fitment could be a little bit better, but that's just how I have it right now, not fully screwed in. So if you guys want to do a volume knob right there, then that could make the fitment a little bit worse. Now that could change too, because though I like this two-piece design where it's like 1, 2, it'd be really nice if they could just make this all one piece and free flowing. Now if they make it one piece, I feel like they can bring the screen up a little bit more, bring the screen and then have the fitment a lot better. These latches up here are really snug too, making it that fitment just even better. But let's again, volume knobs potentially. Some people want to have capacitive buttons, for an example, saying, hey, turn on the AC with capacitive touch buttons instead of having a hard button. Or maybe some people just likes to have no buttons. For me personally, turning on your AC this way is one thing, but turning it like this, it would be easier. So that's something to keep in mind of. If they can move these two buttons down, that's what I would want. So two buttons, these buttons can move down a little bit. Maybe, I don't really care about the volume knob, but I know it's a big thing for people. I use the steering wheel controls a lot for my volume controls. So that's just me personally. They can move these two down, maybe move these two down, and then maybe have a climate control up and down right here too, which would be, I think it would look nice. And maybe some other buttons right here. Maybe generally other Android head units have like home. Some have home, volume up, down, but like capacitive. I really dig a flat style, but I can see why some people want volume knobs. Now another thing is something about styling with this is, I don't know if you guys can even see that. Let me crank up the brightness a little bit. You see how it overhangs a lot? So the unit generally stops right here on most cars, but this one overhangs a little bit, creating a little cave. Even Mr. Shy Guy right here has a hard time fitting. Now I'd say it's about I have a normal size hand, more maybe on the smaller side, but you can see it's a 4-finger gap. So that's kind of cool. It's a little cave right there, a little curvy right here. Even a small little curvy can barely fit. Now this is a Note 8 because most people have phones. It's a larger phone. It can still fit, but it's always been kind of tight in the STI center console. WRX one's a little bit wider. But yeah, so I would keep the overhang. I think it's a really nice design choice, and it's so subtle, but it really makes it look cool. So I would keep that. It's a good design, having it overhang a little bit. As far as finish, I'm actually torn. I do like the gloss black, but of course that gets dirty easily. Not a hard problem for me because I do keep things pretty clean. But because it's glossy, it kind of matches the center console. It kind of matches this, kind of matches that. It kind of ties in the thing. But having it matte, I wouldn't be mad. So whatever finish they choose, whether they choose like this matte color or the piano black, you guys vote on what looks better, piano black or a matte texture. For this interior, of course, generally I like more matte things, but in general. So that's it when it comes to how this unit is designed and looks, and maybe what they can improve on the final version. So to go over, I prefer a one piece, so not having a top trim and just having it flow all in one piece. Bigger screen, higher resolution, that's important for me. And then some additional buttons right here, like the home, a back, volume up and down, capacitive, keeping it still very looking flat. As far as volume knobs, I can do without, but if they had it, I wouldn't be mad at it. I feel like with volume knobs, it would make it look more like a truck. That's just me. Anyways, let's move on to the next category. So the next category is going to be software, and let me just go you over the software right now. Right now, of course, you had the volume. I don't know if you can't see it, but you can see it on the screen. Volume controls do work using the steering wheel. So let me just talk about integration when it comes to that. So there's wheel settings, and there's a lot of settings you can do, mode and all that. I just have previous, just very basic. I don't even have everything mapped right now, but that's how I have it right there. And so the software is integrated in that respect. Most Android head units don't have a problem with steering wheel controls. Now, AC controls, that's another different story. So if I showed you guys earlier, let me move it up a little bit. So if I turn on the AC, my climate control is working. It's doing 75. It thinks it's a dual climate control. My car isn't dual, it's just single zone. But certain cars do have duals, like I think the SCI has a dual. So it does have the auto function. Now you can turn it off. Hard buttons, great, works. These I haven't figured out how to work it yet. And the software, it just doesn't work for me. If I turn on, I tried, honestly, I tried for a few days, and I tried different things, different protocols, different UI settings and styles, and bandus, airbox, a bunch of stuff. I just can't get it to work. So if you guys have a head unit similar to this, and you guys can tell me how to get it to work, let me show you guys. It's a little password real quick. 7890. It's gonna open this little thing. So I have it as this it's basically a Forester, however you pronounce that. And there's an L and then there's an H. So if they can tell me which version they have, there's without AC, there's with AC. I tried every single protocol, and on top of that, I tried system settings as well. Every single protocol, and I rebooted every single time. I tried Common, I tried Senpai, I tried all these different things, and I haven't had luck. So if you guys know how to get the air things set up and working, feel free to comment down below, and I'll definitely thank you, and we can move forward with manufacturing this to work with the WRX, because some users have had it work with earlier prototypes and other models from AliExpress, but it's been really buggy. So I just want to go over that real quick. If you guys know how to get the climate control working, please let me know, comment. But let's go back to the software and what they can improve on. Of course, climate control would be great if they had it, actually, if I can get it working. This car picture, if it was like, I think this is customizable. Make it customizable so you can change your car to, of course, whatever car you drive. I haven't had these things working. I tried an OBD2 port reader and all that. It's just there's no CAN bus information for it to work. I mean, all the CAN bus might be at the top for our cars, but that isn't working for me. So this is how the setting looks like. Let me just play a video, or let's look at the radio. There you go. There's the radio. Full screen. It does look pretty. I wasn't on for like 30 minutes, so I had to turn my car on so the battery doesn't die. Anyways, so this is the radio app right here. It does look great. I wouldn't change anything UI wise. Honestly, you can have your presets right here. Aesthetically, it looks nice. Of course, it's because of the processor and stuff. I wish it was just a little bit snappier. So that's the radio app. Let me show you. I don't know why you'll be looking at pictures, but here's a video. So this is how like a video will play. Now, note the aspect ratio. So it only plays because it's a portrait style. The landscape, there's a lot of huge cutoffs. So it's a very tiny. I think this is still like a 7-inch screen, give or take, which is pretty massive. But this doesn't utilize the whole screen. And there's a lot of other features like here, and then of course this is full Android, so you can download any Android app. Now what I use is Android Auto a lot, or Apple CarPlay. So if I plug in my phone right here, it should automatically boot up Android Auto. Now I'm using an adapter from Dasaita, and it's really cool because phone mirroring and all that stuff is built into the adapter, and I do get consistent updates, making it a really useful application. Let me see if you guys can see that really clearly. Turn off the lights. Alright, so notice that the aspect ratio again gets kind of wonky because of the portrait style, and yeah, that's just kind of how it sits. Just a little bit wonky because it only takes that. It doesn't even go to the very end, which is kind of strange. So this does support Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the adapter. I'll link that below if you guys already have an Android head unit or we're looking for a really good adapter. So there's that. Settings is of course where things get kind of interesting when we talk about software. You can change the time and stuff, language, EQs. This is what I have it on. Dimmer, you can control when you turn on the headlights, how much the screen dims. System settings, a lot of information again to accommodate different cars. So there you go. Wheel settings, we already took a look at that. So there's a lot of settings that are tailored to it. Of course, I'm not sure if the manufacturer can make these adjustments when it comes to their engineers and stuff like that. This is running on a PX3 with a 26 gigs of storage, and I think it's already using 24, and this is on a 2 gig RAM. Now this is probably the biggest bottleneck of the system. The PX3 is more of a budget oriented, but the software that revolves around this revolves around the PX3, so keep that in mind. Changing processor might not be the most optimal, but I'm trying to tell the manufacturers to try to push a PX6 in here with DSP, so the performance is a lot snappier. Right now the performance is similar to, you know, a factory head unit. It's not as bad as the Subaru ones. That thing is slow, but it's you know, not the fastest, just like an okay experience, not buttery smooth 60 FPS kind of thing, if you guys catch my drift. Here's some more settings you can do, boot logos, stuff like that, so you can show off your car. So that's what it is with settings, which is kind of cool. Software wise, there's a lot of things you can do. And oops, advance is 8861. Again, you can change your more settings right here, more software stuff. It gets kind of overwhelming, and I hope that when this thing's more fine-tuned, you can change all this stuff. You can change the head unit to accept kind of CAN bucks from Lexus, Toyota, Benz, and stuff like that. I just want to show you guys that real quick. Right now it has the Forester L, Forester H, Outback, Legacy Low, High, and it's like different trim levels, I guess. And then even like Subaru XV, and it kind of shows you their logo and stuff like that. So that is it with settings. But yeah, this was just going to be a video talking about the head unit, and I hope that one of you guys can help me try to get the AC working, because it does turn on with these hard buttons, but it does not affect the stuff. I know some people have been really on that. Of course, air does blow through, and it's 75 degrees, but it feels colder. It's really cold here in California right now. When I say really cold, it's like 60 degrees. But yeah, it'd be cool if I can adjust it, like hard buttons right here to lower it, but I can't right now. The software is not working. That's why it'd be nice to have just those hard buttons, in my opinion, right there. Well, that kind of concludes it. I kind of just showed you everything that I think that was important. If you've been watching my channel, you already know that there's a lot of things that we've already played with, so check older videos if you guys want to see that kind of stuff. USB console still working, and stuff like that. Let's get out of here. USB still works, Bluetooth works, using your antenna still works. You know, a lot of things are operational. The only thing that's not working is the AC, which is kind of like a deal breaker for me. So if we can get this to work, and then we can tell the manufacturers and then tell them the design. That's very important. Comment below on what you want to see design wise. All right, that'll be it, guys. So I hope this was helpful. And we can move forward and help design a better head unit together. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out. Later.